What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris Infinite, and welcome to a video on some of the hugest leaks we've seen so far for Generation Zero. This video is going to be very spoiler heavy, so if you prefer for things to remain a mystery, then this video might not be for you. But if you're like me and you can't wait for everything in store for GZ, then you're gonna like what's potentially in store here. Some real quick shoutouts to Offline. If it weren't for her arduous work over a series of weeks here, then we wouldn't have all of this to talk about. So a huge thank you for all of the work she's been doing lately. So we're gonna go through this list with the most hype stuff at the end of the video. Starting off here with some weapon leaks. These would be higher up, but we'll get into why they're kinda lower on the list here in a second. First things first, what are we looking at here? And these are the inner files of Generation Zero, where a ton of fun stuff is hidden. We have two unnamed weapons in the files here, a NATO assault rifle and a Soviet rifle that we actually know quite a bit about. For the NATO rifle, there are a huge amount of options from the time period, and this one is very likely to still be worked on here, as a NATO weapons pack would fit really nicely after the European pack that we just had. But let's take a bit of a closer look at the Soviet rifle, otherwise called in real life the AN-94, a rifle that didn't exist until 1994. So sadly, this wouldn't fit in the timeline of GZ, but it would have been a cool as heck addition. The AN-94 has a specialized 2-round burst fire that allows for very precise shots in succession. This could be deadly when paired with shock ammo. Combining the damage output and ammunition efficiency, it'd be sick. But for now, it won't exist unless if we get to 1994 and Generation Zero's date, which might not happen for a long time. Then, moving on up the list of leaks, potential new companion armor, the latest addition to Generation Zero, and these two armor types pose some interesting concepts. There is aggro armor and stealth armor. Aggro would draw the machines to it, and stealth would make it less of a target. And though I don't think it would quite compare to our defensive armor types that we have now, it might serve some niche use in stealth gameplay. I think there are some more important things for our doggo than new armor types, like basic commands and the ability to upgrade its core health. So hopefully the team will veer down this direction rather than just tacking new armor types onto our companion. Now for something potentially really fun. A new vehicle, but maybe not the one you'd expect. There is code for a BMX in Generation Zero, and though it wouldn't be as fast as a dirt bike, the ability to jump on our bikes would be huge for traversal. I wouldn't mind more non-motorized vehicles like BMXs and skateboards, as it feels really fitting to the setting, though whatever direction vehicles take, I'll be happy nonetheless. Now let's look back at weapons, as there is a hint to something that's been around for a while, but it's worth mentioning as people bring it up quite frequently. 6 crown attachments, or experimental attachments in Generation Zero. What these could do is anyone's guess, but there is a chance that someday we might be decking out our EXP gear even further, and I'm personally all for it. Give us high-tech, quick-loading mags, or scopes that have tech view, barrel extensions that add the PVG's railgun effect. All of it, dude! So what could be more exciting than something that was just unveiled on the roadmap? Our first look at what weapon augments will be like. The first one we get to see is called Sharpshooter, and this one may be a buff to our accuracy when aiming down sights, but what augments seem to be are stat buffs to our weapons that we'll get to choose. It's gonna be sick to get more involved with our weapons and create some truly destructive pieces of work to use in the game, so let's stay tuned for more official news on augments in the future. And now for the last, and to me the most exciting thing we've found so far hidden in the files of Generation Zero, arcade games. Which, man, I am so down to rip through some classic style arcade games in Generation Zero. We have a few that we know the title of, Laser Cycle and Space Guy. Laser Cycle is like the Tron Light Cycle, where we'd probably race through and try to earn a high score through time or surviving the lasers. And then Space Guy. It's hard to say what this one will be, but it looks dope as all hell, man. But there's more, with 2 more images that look like some sort of Contra game. This could possibly be Space Guy itself, but it'd be cool to have like 3 arcade games to choose from. It's such an unexpected but super fitting thing. We could build these arcades in our bases or possibly find them around the world of Ostertorn. Both would be great though. So there's a lot in this video that we could possibly see in Generation Zero's future. One thing to keep in mind always though is that this stuff is all work in progress and could possibly not make it to the game. But if the team needs any early impressions, my simple answer is yes! I'd love to see all of the above in the game, but I'd like to know, what do you dudes think of these potential pieces of content in the comments down below? Anything that you'd like to see in specific? Let me know. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.